Why foreign-imposed regime change almost always fails. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Imagine a powerful country looking at an enemy government and thinking, if we remove that leader, everything will be easier. The hostile regime will disappear, a friendly government will take its place, and the world will be safer. It sounds simple, it sounds efficient, it sounds almost surgical. But history tells a different story. Again and again, the first part worked, the leader fell, the capital was captured, and then the disaster began: civil war, insurgency, and state collapse. This is what political scientist Alexander B. Downs calls a catastrophic success. The intervention succeeds tactically, but fails strategically. The target government is removed, but the country becomes ungovernable. Foreign-imposed regime change means one country uses force or pressure to remove the effective leader of another country. The method may change, but the idea is the same: change the leadership to change behavior. On paper, this seems attractive. Why negotiate if you can remove the enemy? But countries are not machines. You cannot simply replace the driver and expect the system to move in a new direction. A state is made of institutions, armies, tribes, and memories. When an outside power removes the leader, it does not remove those deeper forces. It often releases them. One reason regime change is so tempting is the illusion of a cheap fix. Powerful countries target weaker ones, confusing military victory with political control. They assume that because they can destroy an army, they can create order. But overthrowing a government is the easy part. The hard part begins the next morning. Who controls the streets? Who has legitimacy? The first major reason for failure is military disintegration. When a foreign power removes a government, the target state's army often collapses, releasing violence. An army is the institution that holds the state's monopoly on violence. When it falls apart, thousands of trained armed men are thrown into uncertainty, fueling insurgencies. Iraq after 2003 is the clearest example. The US removed Saddam quickly, but then disbanded the Iraqi army. This created a large pool of angry, unemployed men who resisted the new order. The result was not immediate democracy. It was insurgency, sectarian violence, and civil war. The stronger the intervener, the faster it destroys the regime, creating a vacuum that others fill. The second reason for failure is the puppet problem. The new leader is trapped. The patron wants loyalty and policy alignment, but the domestic population wants dignity and sovereignty. If he obeys the patron, his people see him as a puppet. If he resists the patron to gain legitimacy, he risks losing the foreign support that keeps him in power. This is a structural tragedy. Take Maximilian in Mexico. France installed him to serve their interests, but Mexicans saw him as a foreign creation. When French troops withdrew, he had no domestic foundation and was captured. Regime change rarely creates durable, friendly governments. Instead of gaining a strategic asset, the intervener gains a burden, a sinkhole of money, troops, and credibility. The new regime often can't deliver what the patron wants because it lacks legitimacy. It may even provoke disputes with its patron just to prove its independence to the local population. Democracy cannot be dropped into a country by force. It requires trust, institutions, and a belief that political losers will not be destroyed. Foreign intervention often damages these conditions. Intervening powers often prefer controllable leaders over truly independent democracies, which are unpredictable. This is why forced democratization has such a poor record, despite notable exceptions like Japan. The 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine is a modern warning. Russia believed it could quickly capture Kiev and install a compliant government, the classic fantasy of regime change. Russia badly misread Ukraine, underestimating national legitimacy and the will to resist. Even a tactical success would have likely led to a strategic disaster against a hostile population. Foreign-imposed regime change is seductive, promising a shortcut. But history shows this shortcut leads into a trap. The old government falls, but the country burns. The lesson is that removing a ruler is not the same as solving a political problem. Statesmanship requires restraint, because redesigning a country from the outside is a dangerous illusion. History shows that the moment a great power thinks regime change will be easy is usually the moment it has already misunderstood the country it tries to control. If you found this video helpful, like, subscribe, and share. Next time, we explore the hidden patterns behind global power. See you then.